Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wait, One More Thing. I'm Jyot Samandani.
I'm Neha Kapoor, and today we're talking about something that is really close to both of our hearts. We are really passionate about this topic. We have often debated with each other and with other people what should be the food capital of the country, what should get this title, and where can you find the best food. Everyone has different opinions, including both of us. And you let us know your opinion in the comments. We're just going to start the discussion now.
Slash debate.
Let's go. Slash debate. I don't want to say debate, but it might just happen. Let's go.
Let's go. To begin with, we will touch upon the city that we both of us are from.
Yes.
Indore, a lot of people call it the food capital of the city. And when we started to have this discussion, both of us were on the exact same page about this. Like this one was just a discussion and just a rant about how much we disagree with the fact that Indore is the food capital. So yeah, begin with the first thought that is coming in your mind.
I would now say I'm from here because I've spent so many years here
Mm.
and my family moved here like ages ago. Originally, we are not from here, but that is also a discussion because I've lived in so many different cities, and that also makes me really opinionated about where we get the best food because I've lived in so many different cities right from childhood and not just visited them. While visiting also is really important. You have to travel to different places to try different cuisines, living in a place, seeing how the cuisine works, seeing what the local people eat. That also shapes your palate in a way that it shaped my palate in a way that ever since I've been here, I have never really thought that Indore should hold the title of the food capital of the country for various reasons. And for the past 5 years, I have felt that it used to be a little better than what it is now. Like you and I keep discussing, the consistency of the food has gone really down the drain. So, yes, clearly we have a lot of opinionated thoughts about Indore food, but we will also talk about the different cities that we have visited and lived in and also researched about. We may not have been to all of these places, but we understand the culture of the food there. And
We
people
do.
will let us know what they also like.
Yes, please. I mean, we welcome a very healthy and it's okay even if it's a little bit unhealthy discussion in the comments. Like, go at it because at the end of the day, see, let's be real, food is very subjective, right? But if I had to put down on a piece of paper, okay, let's say this is like an official thing, Lok Sabha mein log बैठे is like, what is the food capital of our country? So these are the parameters according to us,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
The first one would
Ah.
be ki we start with street food, obviously, because street food is the heart and soul of this country, right? It's everywhere and it is just some of the best food you'll literally ever have in your life. So that place has to have incredible street food with, a lot of variety. बहुत सारी चीजें अलग अलग चीजें and then some things that are very that cities
Yeah,
particularly
exactly.
like you know how poha is indoors for example. Then second would be you need to have restaurants like a fine dine
Hmm.
and cafe culture because you can't give that this big of a title if you don't have a good coffee scene and a good fine dine scene in general. And the third option would be the third aspect would be that it has to have something for everybody
Hmm.
because again food is so subjective that even in my family, like me and my parents sometimes enjoy wildly different things, So if I'm taking them to a city claiming that it's a food capital, they should also be happy with the experience. I also need to be happy with the experience.
Absolutely.
Right. So these are the factors, and these are the factors on the basis of which the following places shall be judged.
Yes. So, what do you think should be the food capital of the country? Or what do you think is the food capital of the country right now, other than Indore? Because Indore, to we both agree, shouldn't
Yeah,
be
yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
But what do you think people really talk about? Which other city people really talk about when it comes to food capital of the country?
Huh. Okay. Can I name all of them? Like these are the places. Like let's say the top 6, 7 contenders. Six, seven.
Yeah,
Sorry. I'm
we'll
sorry.
discuss.
I hate this.
Oh God, I don't even know what it means.
It does not mean anything.
Okay, good.
That's it. Yeah, 6, 7. Anyway.
Meaningless generation.
Yeah. Again, slide in there. angry Gen Zs in the comments.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, no, what do you mean? Like, do you want me to name one city which I think, or
Yeah, name one that you think people generally talk about.
I think Delhi.
Delhi, no?
Delhi is the
Yeah.
most common one.
That's what I had in
And
mind. Yeah.
yeah, understandably so. Right. We both had wahan ka khana.
Yeah.
It is an experience. And that is one of the main reasons I travel to Delhi. Shopping being another.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
So what makes Delhi food so incredible is, number one, like you said, there's a lot of variety there. There's something for everybody, and it also has its own distinct taste. So all three parameters are met.
Right.
So Delhi, we both agree, deserves that title. But like we always discuss, there are some cities that are so underrated that they get overshadowed by Delhi, I feel, in the whole conversation.
Right. Yeah, because even when you Google, let's say I am not from the country and I just Google, one of the best cities, and Delhi tends to be on pretty much the top of that list. And of course, it would be. It is the capital of the country. Of course, wahan ka khana acha hoga. But yeah, the places need a shout out, and we will get to those other cities, right?
Yes.
You actually mentioned something, a city which I didn't think of because I've not explored that part of the country. But you mentioned Amritsar, and my
Yes.
first question to you was, isn't that pretty much similar to Delhi food? But you said no.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
different. So tell me about
Yes, that actually made me realize and remember all the previous conversations that I've had with people. There is a misconception that all North Indian food is the same. Delhi, while it has great Punjabi food, it is not all Punjabi food.
that. Right.
Like Delhi was the birthplace of chaat, for example. And Delhi has the amazing kebabs. Delhi has its own version of chole bhature, chole kulche, momo. All of that is amazing in Delhi. Amritsar has its own style, which is very, very Punjabi, which is rajma chawal, chole bhature, chole tikya, lassi. Amritsari lassi you will not find anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't
For
think
example.
I've had real lassi because honestly, all the lassis I've ever had in my life, I'm not a fan. I don't have a sweet tooth, maybe that's why, but I can't wait to go to
Because I'll
Amritsar
tell
and
you
try
what,
it.
anytime I have had lassi in any other city, it is not lassi. That is just patla dahi with sugar in it.
Yeah, that is what people make it at home also. That's what we make it at home. So clearly we've not had the real
Yeah.
thing, but I have not had the real thing and I really want to.
And
So,
let me just take this opportunity to say to any Firangs or NRIs watching out there, mango lassi is not a thing.
I so agree with this. Every other video I see of these Firangs, and also they're pairing this mango lassi with butter chicken. That is not how it just you having two very heavy dairy things together. You won't have the best experience. You can be, oh my god, this mango lassi is delicious, but no, those two things don't go together.
But you know what butter chicken needs?
Yeah.
Masala thumbs up,
Oh yes,
right?
yeah. Basically something fizzy.
Irritant, yeah.
Fizzy hona chahiye. Yeah,
Exactly. So mango lassi is not a thing. Entire Punjab doesn't sell mango lassi. Now they do, the new places, because they know they can trend on Instagram by
Yeah.
selling mango lassi and all that. But
Yeah.
it was never a thing.
Yeah.
We never made mango lassi at home as
Okay.
Punjabis. We make mango shake.
Mango
So lassi is a
shake,
thing,
plus, yeah.
meethi and namkeen lassi,
Mhm.
and mango shake is a thing. Let's not marry the two. Okay.
Hot
Disclaimer done.
Hot take. Or
Yeah.
maybe cold take.
Chill take.
Chill take.
So
Okay.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I'm getting so hungry. Oh my god, I think this whole discussion, by the end of it, we have to have something.
So Amritsar has its own distinct flavor and very, very old places that have been around since partition or maybe before that. So that is the beauty of that city. And you visit the Gurudwara, the Golden Temple, you have the Kada Prasad there, and then you go onto the streets and eat your chole kulche and chole bhature and samosa. The best samosa is in Amritsar. And that's what it is, right? While the dishes may be similar, what Delhi has and what Amritsar has, the taste is very different, right? Amritsari kulcha is Amritsari kulcha. You cannot find it anywhere else the same way that it is. But anyway, now we've established Amritsar should be
Contender.
one of the contenders.
Yeah.
What else do you think should be there?
Also, just to expand on this a little bit, you mentioned the partition thing, right? And I feel the whole, and since recently we've seen the movie also,
मैं वापस
मैं
आऊंगा.
वापस आऊंगा. Yeah, thank you. So, this one aspect of partition is, not talked about enough, and that is food, because a lot of these recipes have literally traveled from the other side, and these people have settled here, and then also a lot of these recipes have been curated, then tweaked a little bit here and there to suit the palate of people, because a lot of Punjabis came to Delhi, right? That's what we saw in the movie also.
Yeah.
कि बहुत सारे लोग initially like train वहीं पे जा रही थी. So I just find that thing so interesting, because food is just one of those things that tells you about the history of a place more than anything, I feel.
100%.
You
And
know?
that's why I think cities that have preserved their old cafes, their old thelas, their old restaurants, they will always be on the top of my list when it comes to food cities of the country. And we'll come to the other cities that have preserved the history. Amritsar is one of them. While you're right that a lot of recipes came from that side and a lot of recipes went from here to that side, a lot of recipes were lost as well.
That's true.
A lot of dishes that Punjabis used to make, they don't anymore. They don't even know the names, and they are made in Punjab side of Pakistan.
Same for Sindhis.
Yeah, same for Sindhis, right? And we might recognize the names of the dishes. Like there is a thing called chole chicken, right?
Oh.
Right? It's very, very popular in the Punjab side of Pakistan.
Okay.
But it's not seen enough in Punjab here,
Right.
while it used to be really popular.
Yeah, I've not even heard of the
Yeah.
thing. That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Very
So
high
I think
protein.
we might want to do something to bring back the old recipes as well.
I know, right? I see some Instagram accounts actually doing a very good job of that. Some Sindhi recipes which in fact tend to have similar names or similar-ish names, but are made in a completely different manner. And they always say कि हाँ हम ये ऐसे बनाते हैं, ये same चीज but इसमें हम ये डाल देते तो वो ऐसा हो जाता है. And it's so cool to see how, and that's the beauty of, I feel, India in general. Every direction you go in, every 100 kilometers, the food is different. Everything has changed. Atmosphere alag hai. The way people even eat food is different. So, yeah, basically that's why we have a long list of places that could be food capitals in the first place.
Side tangent, since Sindhi food is not talked about enough, why don't you do that on Instagram? Right? Bring your culture forward and let people know. Like, I only know Sindhi kadhi, Sindhi mutton, koki, maybe one more.
Maybe.
Yeah, dal pakwan.
Popular.
That's it.
Yeah.
These are the popular dishes that we know of.
Yeah. So the good thing is there are actually a lot of Sindhi creators who I already feel are doing incredible. In fact, now that we're talking about it, I think I should share about them more on my page, because I feel as a creators already hai. Of course, I could still do a completely spin of my own.
But I feel it's irrelevant that people are already doing it, because you are going to bring yourself into it as well. Like, there are so many podcasts. Yet we are doing this.
Right.
Because this is about what we bring
to the table.
Right?
Literally.
Our energy, our frequency. So you will bring that to Sindhi food as well. And like you said, you can talk about foods that are specific to your family. Not everyone will know about them. Similarly, Punjabi food is very misunderstood because of restaurant food.
Yeah.
Restaurant food is not really a representation of what a state should be known for. Right?
That's a good point.
When people think of Punjabi food, they think of butter chicken, paneer butter masala, dal makhni, tandoori roti, palak paneer.
Yeah.
This is what they think of,
the
right?
The popular ones, yeah.
Samosa, maybe. But Punjabi food, which is made at home, there is so much variety in it. People know about dal makhni. But there are so many different dals. The dal that is made in a gurudwara is so different.
There is nothing like langar ka khana, which I've never been to Golden Temple, but aise bhi when I've had langar ka khana, I feel maybe the seva that goes into it, it's just, there is some other taste that cannot be replicated anywhere else.
Yeah. I think for any region, any cuisine, restaurant food is generally not a true representation. That is something that you will eat once in a week outside.
Yeah, what people eat on the daily. I mean, how often do we have butter chicken? I mean, maybe today, because we're talking about it. But otherwise, it's like a Sunday thing, once in a while thing, once a month, in fact. Yeah. It's so heavy with all the cream that they put in there. So
just like the fried Korean chicken is not something that they make at home, right?
Oh, they absolutely don't. Yeah.
It is not a true representation of Korean food. So
Hmm.
I think that's true for many different cuisines.
Hmm.
I don't think Japanese people eat sushi every day.
They don't.
Yeah.
For them also, it's like from what I know,
Yeah.
like it's a once in a while restaurant kind of a thing. Like,
Absolutely.
from what I know, people are not making it at home. But yeah, okay, we digress, and I think that's going to happen a lot today because
Especially
this-
when it comes to food.
yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot to say,
how can we not?
and I think it's kind of a good thing that we're doing this on sort of empty stomach.
I hope
Are up there.
I hope the sound of the salivation in my mouth is not being caught by the mic.
It's like imagine when you're trying to edit it, it's like बाकी सब तो ठीक है उसकी आवाज पोस्ट में से निकालनी पड़ रही है like us being like
I did hear my stomach growling in at least 2 episodes so far.
oh yes,
And today might be the third.
this is a challenge. Go find the 2 episodes where Neha's stomach has growled and mention the timestamp.
No, but
Actually-
I removed it. Noise reduction.
Oh, cancel. No, nothing. This was a flop. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, मैंने क्यों नहीं सुना because that word. मैंने ढंग से सुना नहीं क्या
I'm, like,
okay.
I'm talking about something very seriously and पीछे से
Okay, this is not to future us to eat a little bit, yeah, before.
I don't know. By the
shooting.
time we sit to record,
Yeah.
we're just so hungry.
Yeah.
What should be the next city that we should talk about?
Okay, let's talk about a city that both of us have in common. We have lived there, which is Mumbai. Okay. अच्छा, okay, you start. नहीं तो मुझे तो चुप करना पड़ेगा.
मुझे तो रोना पड़ेगा. Okay.
I mean, let's go for it. We had to have one episode.
Everyone
which is
knows
when
I
we
miss
try.
Bombay, but the number one thing that I miss there is the food. There is so much variety. There is such amazing fish and prawns and all kinds of seafood. It's the mecca for seafood after, of course, the coastal areas in
Mecca?
the south.
Okay.
What?
So Mecca after the actual Mecca, no.
I
Never
don't,
mind,
I don't
sorry.
know. जाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whether it is seafood, whether it is pizzas, burgers, vada pav, samosa pav,
Misal pav. Love misal pav.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? I think it is actually. I don't see people outside of Bombay talking about it enough. I love it so much.
I have tried it so. I lived there for 10 years. I've
Hmm.
tried it so many times. Ussal pav, misal
Me and
pav.
Sheila, yeah,
I'm not a fan. I like vada pav. I like samosa pav more than vada pav.
Same. Love samosa pav.
Love the crunch. So whenever I used to go for my sales calls and all, that used to be my breakfast because I knew
Hmm.
I'm going to like digest it very soon with all the walking.
Yeah, you just need something carb heavy
Yeah.
for the energy.
But yeah, that brings me, in fact, what you said right now is so interesting. The way you said that street food is the backbone of the country. One of the reasons is this, that people who have to get to work will never have the time to sit in a restaurant and have breakfast.
Especially in a city like Bombay because everybody's rushing. Train shoot rahi hai, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you have things like vada pav and samosa pav and misal pav, maybe not. You have to sit
That
and
is a
eat
sit
it.
down
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Poha, stuff that you can eat on the go.
Yeah.
That's why a city like Kolkata has kathi rolls. We'll come to Kolkata. So yes, clearly miss Bombay a lot. I also miss the variety that the restaurants do. Like there is so much to explore there, right from fusion cuisine to Japanese to all kinds of Asian food like Thai and Korean and
Vietnamese, which we both love.
Vietnamese, kebabs of all types. Not
Muhammad
just
Ali Road.
yeah, Muhammad Ali Road. And I can keep going on and on. All the different khao gullies that are there. I think the beauty of Bombay is you can find something tasty in every budget. From the cheapest to the mid to the most expensive. I've had the best anda bhurji on the streets of Bombay.
Oh yeah.
Like literally on the streets. We
100%
had to
agree.
sit in the car or stand beside the bonnet of the car and eat it. And that was a regular thing for us. So I
And
think-
this could be pretty much everywhere. Matlab random kisi you could go to one of these anda thelas, they make the best anda bhurji.
Yeah,
This
but we had our
concept.
specific also, Khurshid in
Hmm.
Parle. Yeah.
Nice.
But I can keep going on and on about the
The
things that
specific,
are...
the very specific places we like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bombay, 100% contender. We both agree.
And even in
And-
terms of restaurants, like we both loved Bombay Canteen, for example.
Fine dine also we
Yeah.
like.
I really miss Tanjo Tiffin Room.
Yeah. I miss thalis. I think one of our best experiences of the last time I went to Bombay was this incredible Malwani thali. Now I've had Malwani thalis before, but this was, and I'm sorry, I can't recollect the name of it.
But when I was talking
Shout out.
about seafood when I started,
Ha, ha, ha.
that's what I had in mind.
The thalis, right?
The fish thali, the prawn thali, the crab thali, all
so
of that.
Good. The seafood. Oh my god.
I love Pratap's lunch home. I love Jai Hind. Mahesh, everyone likes, but I think it's okay.
All classics.
Yeah,
all
but Jai Hind
classics.
is one of the best ones, and Pratap, which was very close to your Eka actually, the best
That whole category.
surmai.
My go-to was always a crispy bombil
Hmm.
wala thali, and on the side I would always order like rava prawns, because again, how do you like go somewhere and not have rava fried prawns?
So, yeah.
Okay,
That
moving on.
is seafood is what we also lack here because we don't
No,
have the
that
sea.
is a geographical problem. क्या ही कर सकते हैं? But okay, is that a factor? Because should the food capital, like coastal food in itself is a whole category, right? Maybe our winner at the end of this should also have access to good seafood. Do you think?
That's why I have a winner in mind.
I know you do. Yeah, fair. So this is obviously it is very particular to us because we like seafood, and you chunk of people don't even eat seafood.
Yeah.
But it's our podcast. We make the rules. So one of our rules is it has to have good seafood.
The planet has 70% water, right?
Hmm.
I mean, the chunk of the planet, the entirety of the planet, 70% of it is water. The water itself is providing you nourishment, food,
And
groceries.
Yeah, available groceries. Why would you not delve into it?
The best form of protein,
Yeah.
the lightest form of
The
protein,
lightest,
the lowest in
less
calories,
yeah.
the lightest on your stomach, great for your hair, great for your eyes, great for
Yeah.
your nails, great for bone health, joint health.
Yeah.
So-
oh my god, the list is long.
One thing I want to add about Bombay, which we have spoken about often with each other, is that we love that Bombay preserves its old places, the old cuisines, and different types of cuisines. For example, Parsi cuisine, Parsi and Irani, right? There are so many places that are more than 100 years old and they are still doing amazing food
Right.
in the old style. I love that they've not been influenced to do कि कुछ नया करते हैं, कुछ Instagrammable करते हैं.
Yeah.
नहीं. They will serve you the simplest keema,
The
done
salli
amazingly.
botis. Yeah.
Keema, salli boti, bun maska,
Yeah.
brun pav.
Brun pao.
The best pastries, old school, old style pastries. Irani
Raspberry
chai.
soda.
Yeah. Akuri, scrambled eggs की अगर हम बात करें फिर से. So I love that those places know that history is important, that nostalgia is important, and they are still connected to those roots.
Right.
And like I said, that also I think should be a factor in giving any city a food capital of the country. Delhi does it. Old Delhi is all old places and they still have that old taste. Amritsar does it and Bombay also does it. So I think all three of them
As
deserve,
of now, all of them are like tick in this category.
all three
for
of them
sure.
deserve the
Yeah.
accolades. Yeah.
And it's also just to elaborate a little bit on the whole Parsi thing. Again, all of these foods that we're talking about have a completely different vibe of their own. मतलब Parsi cuisine अपने आप में has its own taste, and it is just so beautiful to experience it. Like especially when you get to live in the city and eat that food. And the best part about these cafes is that you could just go to a random one, and there's a good chance, like 9 out of 10 times, the food will be incredible, which is
And affordable.
Exactly. Anyway, okay.
So clearly we love Bombay food. And I'm sure we missed so many other dishes and cuisines from Bombay because
100%.
it's like the most cosmopolitan city in the country.
No, I'm sure we've missed things जो अभी realize नहीं हो रही है, but yeah.
The most diverse, the most cosmopolitan,
हाँ.
the friendliest, I would say.
Yeah, it is
So,
friendly
yeah.
and safest. Not that it's related to food, but just putting it there.
I mean, it does affect your mental state when you're eating the food,
Yeah.
I feel. Because whenever I'm now visiting as a visitor, I used to live there, but whenever I'm now visiting as a visitor, I feel really happy eating that food because I'm in general happy in that city. I think that also is a factor.
I could walk in a bar also by myself and feel completely safe and eat, which I don't know if it can be said for a lot of other cities in
Or
the
sit
country.
by the sea and enjoy an ice cream, right?
Yeah. Should plan a trip.
Which
so.
I can't see myself doing in any other city.
Wow, this is making us sad.
This is turning out to be a We Miss Bombay episode.
Yeah. Okay. Chalo. Okay. Speaking of seafood,
Huh.
another contender we have in this list is Chennai. Okay. Now, to be fair, I haven't visited the city yet, but have a little bit of knowledge about it, and definitely deserves to be at least on this list of food capitals.
I've been there 3-4 times. I
Hmm.
would say 4. Love the food. Love the variety of the food. You'll find modern cuisine, of course. Really nice cafes, really nice bars, pubs. And of course, there are so many old places. Whenever I've visited, we have gone to Murugan Idli every single day and had that podi idli. I mean, that is iconic. And seafood. And can you imagine? I had the best galauti kebab in Chennai, of all places.
The best galauti kebab. This is a hot take. This is a very, very hot take.
I would say after Lucknow.
हाँ फिर ठीक
But-
है. Okay, फिर ठीक है. But
but-
that's still huge to get that food in
Yeah,
Chennai.
it was really good. We
Yeah.
ordered it like 3 times.
Shout out to that place. क्या नाम
I
है
don't
उसका?
remember the
Oh,
name.
shit.
I'm sure it's there in my
Do you
Zomato
wanna
list.
put the name?
But in general, Chennai does really good red meats, really
Hmm.
good seafood, really good veg food because South Indian cuisine is full of it. Really nice.
Yeah.
I would also say that Chennai can also be. Chennai would be in my top 5.
ठीक है. Speaking of South India, obviously we have to mention Bangalore. Again, both of us have lived in Bangalore, right? I didn't live there for that long, like 1 saal, but enough to explore some parts of it and enough to know that yes, the food is good, no two ways about it. There are some places that are doing so well. If I were to compare how, like the people of a city and how they react to somebody, who's new in the industry trying something new, I feel people from Bombay in general tend to be more open-minded in that way.
You think it's because there are people from different cities and countries living there?
Yeah, but 100% that is a factor. But if that was the only factor, then Bangalore maybe you do get. I mean, it is the IT capital of the country, or was maybe, I don't know if it's Hyderabad now.
Having said that, Bangalore really does classics very well.
Hmm.
And I think that
It
might be
does.
the reason.
Yeah.
Like amazing burgers, amazing pizzas, pub food in
I
general.
had some of the best shawarma actually.
Right?
This particular
Huh.
shawarma place
I
that
remember,
I love
yeah.
in Bangalore.
Pub food
Yeah.
in general is very good. Pub culture is
It's pretty good. Yeah.
quite happening out there. And dosas again are pretty good. Not as good as Chennai, but good.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a different kind of a dosa, right?
It is. I mean, Bangalore is the home of Benne dosa, and I feel Benne dosa is a bit thoda na, that whole concept has been uska bastardization ho gaya hai. but but if you have like this one particular place जो कि जहाँ पे मैंने first time life में Benne dosa खाया था was in Koramangala in a gully, and that place is इतनी छोटी सी, just a husband wife making Benne dosa, and the first bite, my mind was blown. Like when I had the first bite, I was like, "Yeah, this is something different only," And also one of those old school places like Vidyarthi Bhavan, CTR. Unka dosa bhi, it's truly that good. Like I remember, I think we were in Vidyarthi Bhavan. I went there with my parents, and when my dad had it, he was like, "अच्छा ये होता है, ये है dosa,
Yeah,
ये
yeah,
है जो हमारा मिलता है वो नहीं." I was like, "Yeah, see, that's why I miss dosas." And by the way, everybody, when I was going to go to Bangalore, a lot of people around me told me, "तू bore हो जाएगी देखना. You will start hating dosas and idlis and this and that." Which, okay, I should mention South Indian food in general and Kannada food is so much more than dosa idli. We're just talking about it because it tends to be the most common. I'm aware that it has a lot more
In
things.
fact, both of us love South Indian food, and when we say that, we don't just mean dosa and idli. We love Malabar.
That has
cuisine.
to, I think that goes without
Yeah.
saying, but okay, let's mention ki we're aware it has a lot more things. And yeah, so Bangalore is definitely a contender.
Yeah, but I think that's important to mention what we just did, because people who haven't really explored Malabar cuisine or South Indian cuisine in general don't really know about it, which is fair.
Hmm.
But I think they should.
Hmm.
They should go beyond, especially if you eat meat.
Hmm.
There is so much to explore out
Hmm.
there, like the whole stew situation and the
Hmm.
pepper fry situation,
Yep.
right? And
One
different
of-
types of prawn curries and mutton
Yeah.
curries,
Oh
and
my
I keep
God.
coming back to prawns.
Yeah.
But even the veg curries, there is so much variety,
Hmm.
right? From Kerala to Tamil Nadu,
Mhm.
everything,
Yeah.
right?
Some of the best vegetarian food I had in Bangalore was this very tiny little hole in the wall kind of a place, but it's popular at this point, so I don't think people are not aware. It's called Paloma's Mess.
I think I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of it, but a hole in a wall place, and they only serve Andhra thalis. Okay, and incredible food. Now, I haven't had the exact same food in Andhra itself. So I obviously can't compare it that way. The only time I've had Andhra food is in Bangalore, but really good. And my friends who were Telugu did say that, okay, this is the kind of food we actually eat in our homes. So it was such simple, most of it was vegetarian, very home cooked meal vibes. And I'm telling you, truly one of the best vegetarian foods I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Just whenever I go to Bangalore, I make sure that I go there and have a thali.
Yeah.
It's that good. Okay, we were talking about. I mean, again, if we're in the South Indian category, then there's another technically South Indian city, which is Hyderabad. I've been only once. Planning to go again soon, so excited. And incredible food. All your mandis and everything. Shadut, wali, malai, this and that.
I was just gonna say
popular
that.
things. Yeah. And all of these things, like we had Googled or tha ki to chalo try karna hai, and actually we'd gone with people who live there. So also that really helps, like exploring a city with locals. And jo bhi cheez humne Google pe padhi thi wo leke gaye the, nothing was bad. Like everything was just, it was such a culinary way mein, like such a satisfying experience.
I've been there quite a few times. I actually lived there for a few weeks because my brother was living there and recently went again. So yeah, again, everything was good. Like right from the biryani, which everybody knows and everybody talks about, and the mandis, like you said, and even modern food.
The coffee culture, I've
The coffee
heard there is
culture.
growing, and they're doing pretty good coffees as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
different kinds of Arabic kebabs.
Yeah.
Not the usual ones that you'll find everywhere, like not your
Right.
usual Sikhs and all, but so many different things. And the Shaitut Malai, like you
It's
said.
so
I mean, oh
good.
my god, that blew my mind. I had 3 dabbas back to back the same night.
So this was a while back, but I remember we had a pretty similar experience. But हमने एक बार order करा for everybody, and then it was like एक और. It was just
Yeah.
that good.
And people don't really know about it a lot because until I had tried it, I didn't know about it because
Okay.
everybody talks about Hyderabadi
The biryani. I
and
think
the
in general,
mandi.
non-vegetarian
Yeah.
food is from what I know.
Yeah.
It's the most popular. But yeah.
When it comes to veg, is there something popular from Hyderabad? Andhra cuisine? No, that's
Does
Telangana
Nilofer
cuisine.
ka bun maska count?
Of course
And the
it
cookies,
does.
it's a vegetarian. Yeah.
Nimra ka bun maska is the best.
Yeah, you mentioned ki Nimra is
Yeah.
even better than Nilofer, and I can't go back
The best.
to Hyderabad.
And also
try
that's why they don't even deliver. So
it. Yeah.
you just have to be there and eat
Yeah,
it.
actually, I like places that don't deliver.
Yeah.
That tells me that sure, they might lose on some business for sure, but at least they have that respect towards their own food.
I mean, Nimra ka location is such an advantage. It's right
Where
next
is
to
it?
Charminar.
Oh.
So they don't need to deliver. They're always
Yeah,
full.
actually, why would they need to?
I went there on a weekday in the afternoon because I was like, I might get a chance to make some videos and all. It was so full and ended up shopping there, of course, in the Lad Bazaar. Beautiful churiyan got you also some.
Yeah, I like those.
But that bun maska is unforgettable. I went there with Ankit also.
Mm.
Again, Hyderabad is one of those cities where you'll find the cheapest amazing food and the most expensive amazing food. And mid-range also, I would say.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because mid-range, there are these biryani places. Not the cheapest and not the most expensive. And then fine dine culture is also great.
Yeah, like the mandi I remember having, it was mid-range.
Yeah.
And also because you obviously will go for mandi with a big group of people, so it becomes actually quite affordable to eat. Another thing that left an impression on me is that I had in Hyderabad, and we all loved it so much, the group I went with, that we actually brought it back to Bangalore. That's where I was living then. Was this Russian honey cake.
You were telling me about it. Yeah.
And again, at least I haven't seen it anywhere else. So if somebody listening, if you know if it's available in different cities, I'm sure it must be. But for some reason, I've only seen it on Hyderabad menus. I don't
Yeah.
know. So I'm honestly very unaware of the whole story behind it or whatever. But a lot of these mandi places will have like a Russian honey cake in the menu, and you have to try it.
No, a lot of these fine dine bakeries,
They also had it?
they also had it. Because remember, I was ordering a cake, so I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
and it
also
just it made an impression on me. It's been years, or mujhe abhi tak yaad hai. It was so
Yeah.
good, and yeah, I don't have too much of a sweet tooth, and I
Yeah.
appreciate things when they're quite balanced, and that one was.
Like the honey cake and the shetut malai.
Shahdut Malai again,
Yeah.
so balanced, so good, so refreshing.
Nice.
On like a hot afternoon where you're
Yeah.
shopping for chudiya and Charminar.
Oh God. So yeah, everything was amazing in Hyderabad as well. I think again the emphasis on quality is really on point.
Yeah.
And speaking of biryanis, since we spoke about Hyderabadi biryani, what do you think about Bangalore biryani?
Oh, the Donne biryani,
I
right?
don't
That
know what
is-
it's called, but they have their own style, right?
They have their own style.
The Meghnas of the
the-
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meghna and from what I remember, the academy I was in, we used to have Donne biryani mostly. And yeah, they have their own style. And Kuska kebab. Actually, we had more Kuska kebab than biryani, always. Because that is what people around me, all the locals, used to eat. So we ended up having that. And that, in fact, was a whole new concept for me. So, like, just in case if you've not been to Bangalore, kuska is just rice. So, biryani
Yeah.
flavor ka, chawal is kuska. And then you get it with like a tikka. Like, talking about Indore, sorry, I know this is such a tangent. But a city around Indore that
Yeah.
is incredible food is Bhopal. And I feel it's just not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Again, the non-vegetarian food, the kebabs you get there, to die for. You could actually take a trip to Bhopal. We should just take a trip to Bhopal.
Yeah.
To have this incredible
No,
food.
I've
you
had.
know?
You remember I did a couple of shows there. So-
Yes.
And pehle bhi I've been to Bhopal. I haven't really explored it quite a lot, but I've been
Even
there.
I
Yeah.
haven't. But I know enough to know that, again, hot take guys, Bhopal food in general, I feel is better than Indore. Or maybe this is just an opinion of a non-vegetarian. I don't know. I don't care. I have this fascination for Bhopal food and I want to explore it more.
I think for a country that has so much variety in vegetarian food and has amazing vegetarian food, I don't think we showcase enough vegetables, at least in restaurant food.
100%. Where are the Arbis of the world? Now, thoda bahut I see it in menus, but why is it not on the menu
So
more?
many different things and so many styles of cooking.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
The same vegetable,
Right.
like your eggplant, can be cooked
Hmm.
in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
Restaurants don't really explore that.
They don't.
Yeah.
Generic to nahi karte. Very few places that are
Yeah.
doing very specific cuisine will do it. But
In fact, the higher end restaurants are probably trying this more.
they are. The restaurant I was working in, Eka, I
Hmm.
think they were doing an incredible job. Like our chef, she was creating dishes that celebrated all these ingredients that you don't see on restaurant menus. And again, if you know how to treat your ingredients right, you can 100% elevate the dish. और किसी को believe भी नहीं होगा कि वो I'm sitting here and having a dish with अरबी जो मैं घर पे खाता हूँ, but it's still so good
Yeah.
and so different.
It's so different, exactly. And the fact that if you see restaurant menus, other than fine dine, most of it is 80% will be paneer. The other will be aloo.
Soya mushroom.
Mushroom also a lot of vegetarians don't eat.
Yeah, which I find
Yeah.
weird. I'm like, that's the one good
Quintessential vegetable.
Yeah.
But paneer, aloo, and the third might be gobi and bhindi.
Yeah.
That's all they focus on, especially when it comes to North Indian food, right? But like I said, when it comes to home cooked Punjabi food, there is no vegetable that we don't eat or make.
Yeah.
Right?
Same.
Like-
I feel that's true for all households across all cultures. If
Yeah.
something is available in your region, it'll be part of your everyday diet, but you don't see those things.
Like, have you seen lauki ke kofte on many menus? Maybe once or twice.
Yeah, very rare.
Right?
And they're delicious. I
They're
love
so
lauki ki
amazing.
kofte in like tomato ki gravy. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many other things that you can do with so many greens that we have. Such variety in greens. And we only do palak paneer in restaurants.
Or like saag during winters. That's it. Like
Saag
sarson
also
ka.
only a very authentically Punjabi restaurant will make. Nobody else will make because it takes time.
Yeah.
Takes a whole day to make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so many different things can be done with vegetarian cuisine.
food. Yeah.
Like you can explore zucchini might be very new, but you can explore
Yeah.
zucchini. You can do loki.
And
You
it's
can
also
do
available
tinda.
more cheaply.
Yeah.
So people are slightly more aware of it. Yeah, vegetarian food needs better representation in
It
our
does,
country
it
in
does.
general. Yeah,
I think I prefer vegetarian food at home than outside for the same reason.
exactly. Same.
Because of variety and not overloading the dish with oil.
So, speaking of good kebabs, there's no way we don't mention Lucknow. Sadly, both of us have not been there, and again, another thing on the to-do list, have to go there. But we're aware it has incredible food.
Yes. Lucknowi biryani and kebabs, here we come.
Yes. Soon, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
coming to the the epitome.
Yeah. Coming to the city that I've been dying to talk about throughout this episode.
Go for it. You know what? It's okay. Let this be a monologue. Go for it. हाँ, छोड़ दिया मैंने. बोलो.
Kolkata, you have my heart. Hands down, the best food in the country is in Kolkata.
Woo.
Yes, I said it.
I said
And
it.
very recently, Imtiaz Ali also said it
It's Imtiaz Ali
on
approved.
Curly Tails
Hmm.
shorts or whatever. So they had asked him, where do you think you find the best food in the country? And he said Kolkata. I'm like, that's why I love this
and
man.
he's a huge foodie. He travels for food. Travels specifically to places for food.
Yeah.
So you know he's someone
Just
who
like
can
us.
be trusted.
And
yeah.
We've also had food in many different countries. Kolkata, I would still think that has to be up there even compared to other countries' ka food because again, it is so unique, it is so different, it is so diverse, and it has something for everybody. And again, Kolkata preserves its culture. There are so many old places that have been around since the British era, places that the first cafe in the country is in Kolkata,
I see it.
which is the Indian Coffee House. Beautiful. And also, everybody I think knows that Bengali food is amazing. Whether it's their vegetarian food, the luchis and the dal and the aloo posto. That to everybody knows is great. Although I don't think people have really had enough Bengali food unless you go there. Since I've been there quite a few times. I was there in childhood. We lived in Kolkata. Then I went for travels. Then I went for corporate events. I went there for blogger events.
Your visa.
And recently went there twice for my visa. So I made it a whole thing.
Yeah.
I was there for like 10 days. Imagine how much
And
food.
why not? If you're going that far from Indore to Calcutta, of course.
Anyway, I had to go twice, right?
Haan.
2 appointments. So I made a whole thing. And I had such different, diverse things every day, not just Bengali cuisine. Things that started in the British era are still prevalent there. Dishes like chicken ala khev, cello kebabs. Oh my god, the cello kebabs at Peter Cat. Amazing. Then, of course, the mutton.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I can smell the butter chicken that we've ordered. And then all this food. Okay. Yeah.
Kosha mangsho. And just like you, I don't have a sweet tooth. But I had sandesh every single day.
Whoa.
3 times a day.
Wow. I mean, there's a reason Bengali sweets in general are popular all over the country.
Sandesh is not that sweet and it just melts in your mouth if it is made right. And Kolkata mein to everywhere it's good.
Yeah.
And 10 rupees, 15 rupees mein you get one piece.
Yeah.
I also had a 300 rupee ka sandesh per piece in my hotel.
It's like रोज खाना तो है. 30 का हो 300 का हो.
Yeah. I also had a super expensive sandesh for free because one time I was staying at ITC. The ITC, what is it called? Shonar.
Okay.
ITC Shonar. Beautiful property. And they had served us these Nolan Good sandesh. You know Nolan Good, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
So Nolan Good is, for those of you who don't know, it is a different type of jaggery which you find only in the winter. And they make rosagullas and sandesh out of it.
And it is very unlike Like if you've had the regular gourd, it is actually very unlike
I don't
it.
even like regular
Yeah,
gourd.
me neither.
Yeah.
I never put it in things or eat gourd ki patti, this and that. I
Yeah.
don't. But Nolan gourd is
Even though
something
Punjabis
else.
love gourd, my dad
Yeah.
loves gourd, I don't.
Yeah.
But Nolan gourd has that smoky kind of a
Yeah.
oh my God,
Caramelly.
caramelly. It's so
Yeah.
good. So uske sandesh we
Mm.
had at ITC.
Mm.
And they realized we really love it. My friend and I were staying there. And they served it to us as a complimentary dessert in every meal.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I mean, ITC is known for their hospitality. Yeah.
That's a good thing
incredible.
about these, high end, 5
Mm.
stars.
Mm.
Some of them
Mm.
really focus on their hospitality and
Mm.
they understand what the customer is all about.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was there, and I also had 10 rupees ka sandesh, which was
Mm.
equally good. So since I was walking around quite a bit, that's the best way to explore any city.
Right.
I was stopping at every single sweet shop and having it, and they were all good. Not
That
one
is-
was bad.
I don't know how many things can you say that statement, It is
Yeah,
rare.
It is very good. I had that kosha mangsho with luchi. Best meal.
Whoa.
Oh my god. And then I had this thing called dab chingdi.
Okay.
Dab
I'm
is
aware of
coconut.
this. Dab.
And dab is actually tender coconut.
Okay.
The watery one.
Wow.
And chingdi is prawn.
Prawn.
So they serve it inside the coconut shell. And the gravy is made with coconut water and coconut milk and prawn cooked inside it. Oh my god.
So we're back to prawns and seafood essentially. And yeah, I mean you cannot talk about Kolkata food
Kolkata
without mentioning
March.
the seafood. Yeah. Yeah.
Fish march and had really nice fish cutlets. Kolkata has the best
Yeah.
fish.
I can't remember the name of the dish, but this not matcha jhol, some other fish dish, which I will put a name here if I remember. A friend from Kolkata actually made it when we were in the academy. We all fell in love with it.
What was
so
it like?
good.
Describe it.
No, it was a fishy thing only. Fish ka kuch gravy tha, unlike matcha jhol. But jo bhi tha, it was very good. We all
Yeah.
really loved it.
ये तो Bengali cuisine हो गया, which we know is
Yeah.
amazing.
Right.
But modern cuisine also Kolkata is doing really well. Cafe
Mhm.
culture is amazing. Bakeries are amazing. Flurry is iconic hai.
Hmm.
Trinkas iconic hai.
Hmm.
So I don't think I can say any bad things about Kolkata food. Chinese.
Chinese, yeah, how can we forget Chinese food? A huge population of Chinese people have settled in Kolkata, which is why they were the ones who actually started the whole Indo-Chinese food thing. And thank you, Kolkata, for introducing, this subcategory of food that is just, it's so good. It is a whole category in itself. There is something so comforting about Indo-Chinese food. Oh my
Especially
God.
in this weather.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I haven't had authentic Chinese food. I think
Yeah.
unless we go there, none of us have had it.
I agree. Yeah.
But I would still think that this is better than authentic Chinese food, whatever we do in India.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Kolkata, and the whole Chinatown situation for bringing this kind of cuisine to us. So, yes, bakeries ho gayi wahan ki, all the old school cafes, the oldest cafes that have existed since the British time, the new places. So, yeah.
Kathi rolls.
Kathi rolls. How can we forget?
Yeah.
Kolkata is so much.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I can keep going on and on about Kolkata, but that's what it is. I think the food, while people know that it is amazing, I think it's also a little underexplored by the rest of the country.
Yeah, maybe the distance, it tends
The
to be
distance, it's
quite far.
it's very difficult to reach
It's
there.
far.
It took me the whole day. I mean, with connecting flights and all.
Yeah. And
There's
imagine
no-
somebody in the southern part of the city, it would be insanely difficult for them to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no connecting flights. So I think
Mm.
that is also something our country needs to focus on. Better connectivity when it comes to at least flights. ट्रेन से तो तुम्हें 2 दिन लग जाएंगे
Yeah.
कोलकाता पहुंचने में.
True.
Yeah.
But since we're anyway in that direction, literally, I feel at least the northeastern states, which neither of us have explored the food of, maybe a little here and there, but not enough to have like a strong opinion on it. It needs to be explored. It needs to be talked about more in the rest of the country. And I think the reason is pretty much similar. Ki the distance, I'm sure, is a factor. It's so underexplored, and again, that is also something I feel the list is increasing. But the list of places I'm sure both of us would love to visit, explore that whole part of the country. And again, you could have that food in. There are restaurants in Bombay and all who are doing northeastern food, and again, I'm generalizing it northeastern. I'm sure like
Yeah.
Naga food will be different from like Assam food. So
Arunachal and Meghalaya and
exactly,
Assam.
सबका अपना अपना कुछ culture है, food है. So very unexplored. Maybe if we would have visited, it would be on our list. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So I have visited, but I was really young back then.
yeah.
Like I was a kid. So I don't really remember the taste of the food, but I remember having good food,
Hmm.
you know. But as an adult, I think yeah, both of us should make a northeast trip.
Hmm.
Yes. Again,
know,
we'll have to
right?
fly to Guwahati or Kolkata and do
Yeah,
it. Guwahati
it's a
also
pretty
has
long
amazing food.
journey.
So we
Hmm.
lived in Kolkata and Guwahati both, right?
Acha.
So
Hmm.
Guwahati also has good food,
Good
Assamese food.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised, I'm sure. Yeah, so much good food. And that is whenever we go outside of the country, one thing that it truly saddens me sometimes is that we have just, I mean, everything that we've talked about in this episode, I don't need to reiterate, but we have incredible food, if not the best, I think the most diverse food in the whole world. But our food has been reduced to the butter chickens
Hmm.
and the mango lassis. And yeah, sure, I see people talking about dosas and everything. But again, it is all so limited compared to the diversity we have in this country. So India in itself has what, like, you can say 100 or maybe even more small countries, with different kind. I mean, states ka to chalo hai, and then within the states there is incredible food in its own way, in its own unique way. It needs to be talked about more, and the whole street food situation in general needs to be more organized.
Organized, yes. That's right. We were talking about this the other day, right? That while we do have amazing street food and amazing restaurants, amazing mid range food in so many different cities, the ones we spoke of and the ones we missed out on. Like, for example, we didn't talk about Kashmir, we didn't talk about Odia cuisine, right? So many things that are left to be spoken about. The one factor that is common amongst many of these cities is lack of organization. You'll find the best pani puri in every street in your city, maybe. But why does that person have to stand on the footpath selling on the street? I think we can make it more organized so that it is safer for that person as well and for people also. And also more regulated, more organized, more hygienic,
Hmm.
right? I think Indore has figured that out in a little bit. Like, for example, we've had Sarafa and Chappan for quite a long time now. So at
And
least there
new
are
ones now. Yeah,
new ones now.
areas.
So there have been designated areas for people to go to and explore the local cuisine and the snacks and all. And the best thing about Chappan now is that you can't take your car inside, right?
Yeah.
You have to walk.
It's like a small little world in itself.
Yeah, so that I really like about that. But I think a lot of cities should be doing more of this, including Indore.
Right.
I had some street food in LA and Portland as well, and Seattle and all of that. Although street food doesn't really exist as a concept there other than New York, I think.
Food trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like New York.
Food
sausage,
trucks to hai.
hot dog carts. And
LA
stuff.
is full of food
Yeah.
trucks.
Hmm.
But there were certain markets, like let's say there was a Sunday market or a night market where
Right.
it is all inside one area, and all of this is a little cut off from the city in the sense that there are proper fences and proper boundaries, and I think there are checks for hygiene as well, because I remember eating raw sushi in one of these markets and it was amazing. Nothing happened to me. I'm still sitting here. So I think when we organize it a little more, that factor where people hesitate, especially when they come from outside, that hygiene is not really
Yeah.
maintained, that will be solved.
Regulation. Yeah, I was going to say, ki Indore mein, yeah, it's a good thing we have designated areas, but I'm pretty sure there's no regulation in terms of food safety.
Hmm.
Like if you're serving chicken, for example, is it at the right temperature? Is it cooked enough? Do you have a thermometer? Because a lot of countries actually do that. You can't just serve anything and everything. And also, you are very much responsible if somebody is, if they get sick with your food. Like the first example that comes to my mind is Singapore. And they have this whole culture of night market, and some of these places are so popular they literally have they're part of the Michelin guide, not star. Yeah, they're part of the Michelin guide. And imagine the same concept if it comes to India, if Michelin comes to India, and if we have a more organized street food setup, dude, we would be drowning in like stars and like guide bhar chuki hogi, because they're just there's just so much good food here.
Yeah.
But it just needs a better packaging, a better structure.
Michelin hasn't come to India, right?
No.
And what would be the reason for that?
I don't know. Maybe see, I've heard this from people in the industry सालों से कि आने वाला है, आने वाला है, आने वाला है, आने वाला है. I don't think it's the lack of options, because some places are doing pretty well. Maybe there are some political reasons that I don't know about.
But even if Michelin doesn't come, whatever, we don't really
We
require
don't need
that.
the validation for sure.
But the point is that our entire tourism can be focused on our food if we pay a little more attention to it. We don't
I
need
agree.
anything else.
Yeah,
Although
like
we
people
have-
could come to literally India for a world food tour.
Yeah.
Right, you start from one direction and end
The
up in
way we
another.
went to Vietnam just to eat.
Yeah.
Even though the country is
Exactly.
beautiful,
Yeah.
but we didn't really know a lot about it other than the food. वहां जाके पता चला इतना सुंदर है, या फिर research करते हुए पता चला इतना सुंदर है. But we just went for the food, right? And the food hit because they have marketed it so well throughout the world that Vietnamese food is good. That way, Indian food, everybody knows now it's good, but
Yeah.
people know about, like, let's say 4 dishes. The ones that you talked
And
about.
yeah, some of these very famous restaurants, Indian restaurants that do have Michelin stars, or even the ones that don't have it, are doing pretty well in especially US. They're doing incredibly well. But if we talk about the general consensus, it needs more recognition for sure. And also then a lot of onus of it, most of it is actually on us also, because we need to have, the government will do its part, but we also have to, like we were talking, include more of these unexplored, unknown dishes, more authentic to what we eat at home in these menus. So it's, if we all work together, basically, I think we can just be
Yeah.
like, the mecca for incredible
And since
food.
you're part of the industry, I think you need to spread that message that if somebody is opening a new place, let it not be another Chinese place or another North Indian place. Why don't we have a Kashmiri restaurant
Yeah.
here? So many things. Malabar cuisine to chalo abhi dheere dheere aa raha hai. It is being spread in different cities now, including Indore. But there is so much to do.
See, at the end of the day, everything is money, right? So that would be, आज अगर मैं कुछ चालू कर रही हूँ, I will have this fear कि if I don't cater to people's tastes, I won't get the business. I can't then live my passion of, serving people all these different kinds of foods. So then it comes down to us. Us people. By us, I mean literally all of us. Explore more, be a little more adventurous with your food. And see, I get it if, like, I live with some of those people, like, who can be a little
Rigid.
I like what I like, a little rigid about trying new foods. But I feel like everything in life, see, this is the easiest thing to do. You can't, I understand that. I'm not thinking, go to a different city, settle there. Like, those are big changes. The easiest way you can travel to a place is by trying the food, right? And what is the worst that will happen? You'll take a bite, you hate it, cool, hata do,
Don't have it
pani
again.
pee lo, you're good. Why are we so rigid in trying new things? And why do we have the mindset? Because it's a two-way street. Once people start reacting better to new foods, investors will start investing in restaurants
Yeah.
like that.
So 2 things here. People are rigid mostly because of upbringing, and they haven't really stepped outside of their homes or their cities. That is the basic reason. Second thing you said was that it is all about money. There must have been a point of time where Indian food was so new to the US or the UK. But still somebody made that bold move to start the first Indian restaurant, right? And they might have catered the spice level to their taste, but otherwise the food was Indian. Like, if Michael Jackson says his favorite cuisine is Indian, इसका मतलब तब भी exist करता था,
yeah.
है ना? So somebody must have made that bold move to start an Indian restaurant there. I think that needs to be done for regional cuisine as well. Eventually, I think we'll have Kashmiri restaurants and Odia restaurants and Maharashtrian restaurants, and everything.
Punjabi, Sindhi.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't reduce a beautiful culture to
Yeah. By
10
the way,
things on a menu.
remember the Kerala cuisine specific restaurants in Bombay?
Oh, yes. Oh my God, how can you forget? Yeah, you can have incredible food from Kerala also in Bombay. My God. So we have ended up at Mumbai again.
Mumbai.
But okay, but the
Would that be
Taj-
your pick?
Yeah, because I've not explored all these other cities since my exploration has been much lesser than yours. Yeah, right now, if you ask me,
Yeah.
in my head, the food capital, the place I'm the most excited to go back to for food is Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah.
Mumbai or Delhi?
Okay, still Mumbai. Because again, I don't have to, I feel Delhi may, there is this mental peace that I might not have when I'm going and exploring things on my own as a single woman.
Yeah.
But I don't have to worry about that in Bombay. I can
Delhi
go
also, I
anywhere.
think we should go together.
Yeah, now.
We can do it. Although I've been quite a few times, but it's been a
Yeah,
while.
me too. Yeah,
Let's
same,
go
it's
try
been a
the new
while.
places. And Bombay, we should go as tourists together because we
Hmm.
haven't done that.
Yeah,
When you had come, I was living there.
yeah.
When I had come to you, you were living there.
Huh.
But we
like
haven't
you show
really
me
been.
your favorite places, I'll show you mine.
So, to conclude, my pick for the food capital of the country is Kolkata / Calcutta, whatever you want to call it. And for
Woohoo!
you, it is
Mumbai.
Mumbai / Bombay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, I also
Exactly.
love Mumbai, and I'm sure you're going to love Kolkata when I take you there.
Hmm.
So, those are our picks. Let us know yours. And if you have differing opinions, please put them in the comments because, of course, engagement.
Yeah, and also we don't mind, fight with us. With love.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's with hate also.
I think
it's fine.
fighting over food is pretty wholesome, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, right? मतलब क्यों हम बाकी चीजों पे लड़ रहे हैं?
Yeah.
Let's get passionate about food and fight
Just
about
as
it.
long as people don't tell other people to not eat something specific, any food fight is wholesome.
Yeah, as long as you're not food shaming anybody. Yeah. And we'll know we've done a good job if you are hungry at this point because we've been talking about food for the last couple of hours and we know we are hungry. So we hope you are as well. Go grab a bite or a full meal. And you know what? Here's a task for you. Maybe try something new. Maybe order something that you've seen on the menu a lot of times, but you've never had the audacity to try it. Have the guts to try it today.
Yeah.
And please tell us in the comments if you do and what was it and whether you liked it or didn't like it. That's also fine.
Yeah. Good point, good task.
No.
And
Homework.
I think, yeah, I was going to say something, but I forgot because my stomach is growling now. And
The
I
butter
hope
chicken.
you are well fed. I hope you ate during the episode because this was probably one of our longest so far.
I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
The longest, if not. Yeah.
And that's it for today, even though there is a lot more to say about food, but we are going to save that for future episodes. Thank you for tuning in. And please, if you haven't yet, please subscribe and also follow us on Instagram.
Yes, please. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you want to hear us.
Links in the description. Okay, bye.
Bye.